time for the Maddy Awards, presented by Energy Mark, the official energy supplier to the Buffalo Bills. And here to do the honors is none other than team reporter Maddy Glab. Hello, Maddy.
Hey guys, I didn't know we were going to be matching today, or I would have worn my Huddle for Hunger shirt as well.
Well, you
You guys look good.
Yeah.
we're trying. We're trying. It starts today.
We
Non-perishable food items.
do what we're told is what we do.
Yeah,
I mean,
you show up and sure, I'll wear this shirt today. Whatever
this
you
one-
need.
Truer
Of course
words
I
have
will.
never been spoken.
So there you go. Here we are.
Where do we begin here with this week's Maddy Awards?
Okay, we are going to start with the Mr. Fakeout Award. It's going to Josh Allen for his ability to completely fake out the Saints defense on multiple occasions on Sunday. There were a couple plays where it was like, just watch out because it's going to be hard for you to defend this play. The first one was in the low red zone in the third quarter where Josh Allen fakes a pass and then runs it into the end zone to score. He had everybody on skates for that play. They were like, wait,
Including the
what?
camera people.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes. Watching the highlight back was funny because even faked out the camera angle. Then Josh Allen had that 27-yard run on 3rd and 5 where he hits the Saints defense with the crossover. It led to a touchdown to extend their lead later in the game. I mean, come on. The fact that he could shift one way, shift the other way, and fake out the Saints defenders on their heels, had him on skates for that play as well. His ability to see something and make a tiny adjustment or course correct in a split second pays. I mean, for opposing defenses, it's like, good luck.
It's amazing that 27-yard run up the middle. He never left the hash mark. He dropped the ball was on the right hash. He dropped back on the right hash and ran right up through and did a couple of weaves, but he never left the hash mark until he rolled over after the guy tackled him. It was it was a straight line run that was anything but a straight line.
He made the linebacker, Pete Werner, look like a frozen pizza out there. Like he just
The line
shook
I
him
used,
out of his
the line I
shoes.
used, it looked like he was running through a cornfield. You know, just everything was just kind of brushing past him.
Yeah.
He just kept running.
It's too easy.
Yeah,
too
it was
easy.
wild.
He's playing chess. Everybody else is playing checkers.
Yeah.
All right, the Growing Up Award.
Growing up, it's going to the young safety, Cole Bishop, grabbing his first career interception on Sunday against the Saints. We're watching Cole Bishop grow up and mature in every single game this season. We heard from Sean McDermott yesterday, and he spoke about the fact that this was a big game for Cole Bishop, and we're seeing him make strides in the right direction after every single game. He comes up with this big interception on 3rd and goal. It is a game at this point, and Cole Bishop is there not to just be in the right place at the right time. I mean, you got to have athleticism to jump in the air and make a one-handed interception. So kudos to him for being in the right zone and then knowing what to do when the ball is in the air.
Even on the play before that, which I think was 2nd and goal, there was a lot of pre-snap communication. He's telling Trey to follow the receiver across the formation in motion, and then he's locking up the outside over here. Taylor Rapp's talking in the backfield, and then Rapp actually has to pick up the safety on that shot to Shaheed in the corner that went out of bounds, incomplete. But I'm trying to be mindful of seeing the pre-snap communication with those two guys, and Bishop and Rapp are on the same page. They're gesticulating everywhere.
It's pretty rewarding, too, for everybody because most people, Brownie Knight, you too, were probably here all the way. I've mentioned it through March, April, May.
Yeah.
Bishop and Rapp were out on this field, in this field house, talking about doing spatial awareness, where, landmarks, talking about things that they're going to see and what they could see. To see him put in that kind of effort in the offseason and have it pay off like it did in this game is pretty fun to see.
Mm-hmm.
The Unstoppable Award.
Unstoppable. This one is probably not a shock to you guys listening right now. James Cook is absolutely unstoppable. He is seeing things so well to start the season. He is running strong. He is fighting for extra yards. He is hitting the holes at the perfect time, being patient as he waits behind his offensive line. Cook has more than 100 yards again in a game, 3 straight games with over 100 rushing yards. He breaks the record for most consecutive games with rushing touchdown at 8. The duo of Josh Allen and James Cook for opposing defenses is just so hard to plan for, to stop, because if you're going to stack the box, then Josh Allen is going to throw it down the field. If you're going to have a light box, then James Cook is going to run it down your throat. You got to pick one, and you might not be right either time that you pick.
Yeah.
The Bills lead the league in rushing. So
Well, we have a rushing title race. It's him and Jonathan Taylor right now.
yeah.
And Jonathan Taylor's got him by 13 yards. He's got 414, and James has 401. And I'm not saying it's going to be only those two. There might be some other people that jump in here. But right now, it's a two-horse race.
Let me ask you something about the run game. Do you believe that Joe Brady goes into this season and thinks this is how we're going to start things off with James Cook? Or is it more of a case of he's got a hot hand right now and we're going to feed the hot hand
Yeah, I think
as long as we can?
I think they come out with a plan, but I think they adjust as they go, and it's just like having money. You put good money after good money, right? You keep building on what's working. That's where you put your assets, and you keep feeding the guys the ball until somebody figures out a way to stop it.
Right.
And you win around that, right? I mean, he leads the league in rushing touchdowns as well, so it's not like it's empty yardage. And we've seen him hit a home run already this year on a short pass and a long run. So I think you go in with a plan knowing he's going to be a contributor and give him some opportunities. But I think as the season has progressed through this first month, he has earned the game plan that comes out of
Yeah,
Joe Brady.
I think also we should mention that the run game has been diversified. There is much greater variety within the scope of the run game scheme this year. Last year was largely based on two staple plays, the duo play following two linemen up through a hole, and then the tackle pull play. Those were the two bread and butter plays in the run game last year. Obviously, you're not going to just use that the next year. Everybody's been working on how to stop those two in your offense. They've diversified it to a great degree. It's a much larger menu, and you don't go to the trouble of doing all that unless you had full intention of being
That's a good
team
point.
that could really run the ball.
There's also the personnel changes as well. The three tight ends with Jackson Hawes in the mix,
Yes.
along
Yeah,
with
true.
instead of Alec Anderson, although Anderson has already been on the field as well. So they've got some more personnel combinations, I think, because of the new wide receiver room and the emergence of a third tight end that's really a viable threat. That adds to the layer of difficulty to defend them.
The Yak King Award.
Yak King, Khalil Shakir, that is you for your 43-yard touchdown against the Saints. That's his day job, getting yards after catch. Khalil Shakir is so good at that, and in that touchdown, we see him break tackles, we see him maintain his contact, his balance through contact, and is pretty slippery for defenders. I watch a play like that, and it left me being like, I want to see more out of Khalil this season. We haven't seen as much because, as we were talking about, James Cook has had the hot hand, but Khalil Shakir is so capable of getting those extra yards, just like James Cook is.
Yeah, that was a sensational play, and that really set the tone. I mean, it really got things off started. It kept the crowd in the game early on. In a game where later on in that second quarter, when it was as bad a quarter as you'll ever see this offense with Josh Allen under center. It's as bad a quarter as you'll ever see was the second quarter. But this one at least set him up to get that crowd into it and got him off to a great start. Those first couple of drives really set the table for the day, and it started with that catch and run.
Right.
His contact balance is ridiculous. For a man his size, you would think it would be easy to get him off his feet and on the ground. And people hit him low, and it's like Marv used to say about Thurman. You don't knock him back, you just move him over. And that's what people seem to do with Khalil. They just move him over. And even the ankle tackles that he's able to pull out of and pull through, you don't often see that from a guy that goes sub 195.
Right.
It's
So
like a pinball machine.
he's
You go,
remarkable
bing, bing, bing.
how he's able to keep his feet and keep on trucking. All right, the Right on Time Award.
Right on time, going to couple of our defensive players, I should say, for their ability to end the game with 2 turnover on downs by the Saints. The Bills defense has just been so good this season at showing up in the moments that they are truly needed. And it started with Tre'Davious White making a critical 4th down stop when it was a 9-point game. The Saints are in Buffalo territory with time on the clock in the 4th quarter. And Trey White makes a heads-up play to move up to see, hey, I can make an open field tackle at this point, getting Alvin Kamara on the ground, I should say, and it was a turnover on downs. And then your next drive, there's another big 4th down opportunity here with under 2 to play, and who shows up? It's A.J. Epinesa and Joey Bosa. Great get off by those two. Sack, fumble, game is over. That's what you need in those critical moments when the Saints could have had an opportunity to extend that drive. You never know what happens when you got some momentum at the end of a game, but I am in awe of how this defense has shown multiple times this year. We need you right now, and here you are showing up.
Clutch plays, I think, would be a good way to put it, because when they absolutely need a play, their defense has given it to them. You can say all you want about the run defense, which needs to be improved a lot and fast. I think 3rd down defense was better last week.
Yeah.
Red zone defense was better last week. They not only force a field goal down there, but they also get a takeaway where the other team comes away with nothing. So they're improving in certain areas. Run defense is next on the list.
Yeah, absolutely. But you're right, and that's been their calling card for the last couple of years. You may get them for some yards, and they have trouble getting off, and there's some times where you're going, oh, come on, you start to get really anxious about it, but, man, they show up on time.
They do.
And it's been the recipe for success.
All right, the Hats Off Award to wrap this up.
Hats off. Got to give some love to our head coach, Sean McDermott, on earning 90 career wins. That is a huge milestone for a head coach. He is so loved by so many people in this building. He has been such a big factor in Buffalo's success since walking through the doors in 2017. You speak to the players, and they love the way that he has changed and morphed as a coach to become a true players coach over the years. Guys love playing for him. I love the way that he cares about the coaching staff and the players as human beings. He said multiple times, I want guys to leave this building not as just better football players, but as better people too. And he is just the calm in the chaos. You know what to expect from Sean McDermott every single day, and I think that's a big reason why they've been able to win 5 straight AFC East titles, looking like it could be another one this year too.
Right. Yeah.
One of 11 coaches in the history of the league to win 90 in his first 135 games coached. Other names on that list include Vince Lombardi, George Seifert, Mike Ditka, Bud Grant, Curly Lambeau. I mean, we're talking historic names in the league, and he's on that list now. 90 wins in his first 135 coached. Some of those guys have done it in fewer games than 135, but there's a short list of about 10 or 11 coaches to hit 90 in 135. He's one of them now.
Good company to be in.
Oh, yeah absolutely. Maddy, thank you very much for the Maddy Awards. And as always, they're brought to you by Energy Mark. Got to take a break here. Steve and I will come back. Got a couple of things left in the hopper for you here on a Tuesday edition of One Bills Live. Stay tuned.